Hey everybody, I'm here to talk about Cutting in ATL, Season 1, Episode 3. So it starts off with Maya at a self-defense class because last week, as we know, her salon and I believe her store where she sells her hair was both like they had break-ins. So she's at a self-defense class and she invites Beauty, and her and Beauty talk about the I think it was Beauty. I don't know, whoever it was, you put it in the comments and remind me, but I think it was Beauty. But they're discussing what's going on with her break-ins or whatever, and Maya is just very, she feels like she needs to be like, soak in all of the self-defense because in case, something happens, she'll know what to do, she'll know not to panic. And I mean, in my opinion, I think all women should have self-defense, like take a course at least once in their lives because, women are very vulnerable and people are liable to try and attack us or whatever. And the number one rule I've learned from a bouncer, believe it or not, a bouncer is he's always said like he said everything is a weapon. Anything that you have in your hand, your pocket, whatever, everything is a weapon, and not to panic. So when somebody attacks you or whatever part, like whatever body part of yours is free, just take it and attack them, and don't stop attacking them, and don't panic. And I mean, it's easier said than done because you never expect to be attacked. You never expect to be, anything. You never expect for anything crazy like that to happen to you. But in case it does, I mean, it is good for women to have self defense like under their belt, but to also learn how to not panic. So, I mean, I think it's cool that Maya's taking her self defense class so she can learn how to defend herself in case something happens in her store yet again, even while she's there. So, while they're at, if I'm not mistaken, I probably wrote this wrong, but while they're at the self defense thing, when they go into they're speaking about the I Am Strong event and talking about Deidre and how she was acting. And Maya just doesn't get why the girls just can't get along. Like, she just wants them to get along so they can make money together or whatever. But, Maya's like, well, they're grown women. They just need to get together. And I mean, I completely agree because this is just catty and stupid at this point. So then we get to Beauty and Moshia. They're at this modeling call. And Mushia is sitting there the whole time directing, telling them how to walk. And I mean, that's good, but it's also a distraction because a lot of them already come there nervous as I don't know what. So for you to say, okay, I mean, it's constructive criticism, don't get me wrong, but I mean, to say something to every model that's walking up and down, well, they didn't have a runway, but where they were sitting at, the models was walking in front of them. So I mean, you making them nervous already if they not already nervous. So, and Mushia kept saying she walked in talking about these are my components, and Beauty is like, does she mean competitors? I'm sitting there like, I think she means opponents, and she just combined competitor and opponents together and said components because I'm pretty sure components means something else. So anyway, we get to Deidre, and Deidre's meeting with LaKenya to discuss having a 12th birthday party for her daughter, Chloe, and she wants LaKenya to come, but she also wants LaKenya to help out since LaKenya is like her protege. So they started discussing the I Am Strong event, and Deidre's like, well, if you could help her out, you could help me out or whatever. So Deidre feels like she wasn't in the wrong for anything she did at the I Am Strong event. Neither does LaKenya, because LaKenya is like, well, you're my mentor, so I'm going to always have your back. But I mean, sorry, but you can't back up when a person is wrong. And Deidre was wrong. I mean, Deidre was mature enough to come back and, want to be a team player, but she was still, like, she came in there with a certain attitude, but it was mostly because she was sick. But Deidre, she seems like a hater anyway. Like, she's just too much. It's like anytime these ladies get together and want to do something with her, she always got something negative or something, just something nasty to say. So, like I said, LaKenya says she has her back, and it's whatever. She talking about she has an alter ego named Simone, and I'm like, that ain't your alter ego. That's you. That's how you are. You showing your true colors. So we get to Chloe's birthday, that's Deidre's daughter. And Deidre gives us a little bit of her backstory. She's a single divorced mom of 3. She was raised by her grandparents, and she has a broken relationship with her mom. Soon as she said that, because I've taken psychology in college, and I kind of know how the mind works. As soon as she said she got a broken relationship with her mother, that's when I said to myself, okay, you have a broken relationship with your mother. No wonder you can't get along with these women. It's all right there. Anything that happens in your childhood affects your adulthood. And Deidre proves that she cannot get along with women because she doesn't have the greatest relationship with her mother. That's it right there. Right there. And I'm like, well, we can tell, like, she was raised by her grandparents, okay, but we can tell that she comes from like a broken family, like her mom wasn't around. So, and I mean, some parents don't realize, and I mean, it's unfortunate because some people have babies at the wrong time and they don't mature when they have the babies. Like, not everybody catches that, like, their maternal instinct does not kick in automatically. And I mean, that's okay because, you still have some growing to do. So, but it's like parents need to realize that both parents need to be in their kids' lives. And this is a prime example of why. When you have broken relationships with parents, it affects you as you get older. And it's going to affect you forever until it's resolved. So anyway, we get to like where the ladies are like prepping. Like, this is like, they're like prepping for the Pro Beauty hair show, which is like a little hair show in Atlanta, because I know the main hair show is the Bronner Brothers hair show that takes place in, I think, Atlanta, Georgia. I think it takes place in Atlanta. This hair show is taking place in Macon, Georgia. Sidebar, I didn't even know they pronounced Macon, because I live in Brooklyn, and we have a Macon Street, but we don't call it Macon. We call it Macon. So I don't know if it's a north versus south thing. I don't know, but they call it down there. They call I would, because I'm from up north, I would call it Macon, Georgia, but they call it Macon out there, like pronounced like bacon, but with an M. So I was like, that's cool. But again, they're in Georgia, I'm in Brooklyn. So, but we have a Macon Street, and I don't know anybody that really calls it Macon. People I know call it Macon Street. And I mean, I used to live on that street, so I grew up with it, and I never heard it be called Macon. It was always called Macon. That's funny. But anyway, so yeah, they're at the Pro Beauty, they're prepping for the Pro Beauty hair show in Macon, Georgia. And Deidre and LaKenya, I don't think they didn't have a slot to like perform or anything, like participate, so they were just gonna go. LaKenya really wanted to go just to take some notes and soak in whatever she can learn or whatever. But Deidre was like, I don't think I want to go. I don't want to be around these heifers, negative Nancy like she always is. So she didn't want to go because she didn't want to be confronted by the ladies. I mean, which is understandable, but she already walked up. She already had the idea in her head. I don't want to go. These girls don't like me, blah, blah, blah. But LaKenya persuaded her to go. So, while the girls were in Macon, I think it was the night before the show, Mushia Booty, oh my God. Excuse me. Mushia Beauty and Maya, they're hanging out in a club in Macon, and they meet bikers, and Beauty is just being so nasty. Like, her like what she's saying is like very sexual. Like I think she was saying something like, "Oh yeah, I could ride it," and all of that. And anybody with a dirty mind is gonna think, they're gonna think nasty thoughts. So after the bikers left or whatever, and they were hanging out with the bikers. After they left, Mushia and Beauty made a bet. And the bet was that at the Pro Beauty Hair Show, if Mushia loses, she has to go to Spoiled Opulence and get her a long, bone straight weave. And Mushia is the natural hair expert out of the group. And then if Beauty loses, Beauty has to get a natural hairdo. So Beauty is like, she doesn't want to do that because she don't wear her hair natural. And I'm like, well, I mean, you being a beautician and all, I'm pretty sure your natural hair has to breathe in between weaves. You can't just take your weave out and then throw another weave right in it. No, you gotta at least take some time and let your hair breathe. That's how it grows. So while the ladies are hanging out after they made the bet, Deidre texts Maya to let them know that she'll be at the hair show. And naturally Mushia and Beauty like, ugh, whatever. Like, I'm just not in the mood to like deal with her. But whatever, she's coming anyway, so we're gonna have to deal with her. So we get to the Pro Beauty hair show, and Genesis, who's Beauty's sister, she's speaking to Deidre, and she's letting Deidre know that she would really like for her. She's like, whatever you and my sister got going on, whatever issues y'all have, I don't want it to affect you and me. And Deidre is like, well, I only know Genesis through Beauty. Like, we were never really like friends like that, but I just know her through Beauty. So Genesis is just like, I don't want us to have a problem because you and my sister are going through what you're going through. So, I guess she apologized, and Deidre just felt like the whole confrontation was fake. She felt like it wasn't sincere or whatever. Deidre is just negative. She gave me a headache. And this is episode 3. And I already told y'all, within the weeks, I was hoping my opinion of her would change. But, I mean, this is the 3rd episode. She's still getting on my damn nerves. So I think she's going to get on my damn nerves until the season finale. That's just what I think. So, Mushia is rehearsing her, like, entrance and her song or whatever for the show, the battle or whatever. And Deidre, Maya, and LaKenya, they're just discussing business. And Maya's just like, I'm about these coins. I'm not about this drama that y'all got going on. And, it's whatever. So Mushia is like, she's like I said, I think she's like still rehearsing. So she's like, she feels like a man, or she was born a man, and her husband married a man. Just cracking a joke or whatever. So, Maya and Deidre talk about business or whatever. And while they're doing that, Genesis is informing Beauty about the conversation she had with Deidre. So Beauty is like, well, why are you even approaching her? You're my sister. And Genesis is like, yeah, I know I'm your sister, but I just wanted to make sure we were cool because I didn't want it to be any bad blood between us because of what y'all got going on. So Beauty is like, she's questioning her loyalty, like, well, if I have a problem with her, you got a problem with her. And, Deidre is like, well, me and, well, I think, first of all, I'm going too fast. Okay, Beauty is questioning her sister's loyalty. And this is how I feel about it. Yeah, blood is thicker than water, true, but you can't really tell, and I mean, all of y'all are grown. You can't tell another grown woman who she can and can't hang out with. But I mean, I get what Beauty is talking about. But I mean, I don't think you really have to question your sister's loyalty because it wasn't even that deep. All she was trying to do was make sure that the air was clear, that there wasn't any problems between her and Deidre, and that they were okay, that they could be cordial. It's not like she was saying, oh, come be my best friend or whatever, because she wasn't saying that. She just wanted to make sure that there was no bad blood between her and Deidre. So Beauty goes and confronts Deidre, and Deidre is like, well, I'm not about to argue with you about us being friends because we were never friends. We were never friends, and this is business. And honestly, Beauty is still all in her feelings with this whole LaKenya situation. Like, I think it's deeper than LaKenya. So, Beauty said that she feels disrespected by LaKenya. And LaKenya is like, it's not even that serious. We left on bad terms. You act like you act like I killed your cat or something like that. And it's the truth. I mean, how LaKenya left probably wasn't the best, but I'm pretty sure at that moment she felt like it was for the best because she was tired of everything that was going on when it came to Beauty. So Beauty was really on it. Like, she kept pressing the issue. So Deidre and LaKenya just left and they were discussing it, and she was like, Deidre was like, well, damn, does $100 mean that much to her? Like, really? Even Maya was saying it. So Deidre was like, I think I'm gonna just give her the $100 so she could leave it alone. And they were like, don't give her that $100 because you already know she pissed and she's gonna cause even more of a big scene. Just leave it alone. So, and like I said, I don't think it's just about the $100. I don't think it's just about LaKenya leaving. It's deeper than that. And I mean, Beauty is really making this situation bigger than what it has to be. Like, honestly, especially if her and Deidre aren't friends, you can't really be mad. Y'all are in the same profession. That's how it goes in business. Sometimes you win some, you lose some, you live to fight another day. Friday, shameless plug. So now it's the showtime for the Pro Beauty hair show, and Beauty did this futuristic alien spacesuit type of thing, and I was confused the whole time watching it. And so was Deidre and LaKenya was heckling. Well, it wasn't even LaKenya, it was Deidre talking about girl bye mad loud in the audience like a hood chick. So Maya is just like, Maya just like everybody else, she feeling confused about what Beauty is doing, but she's just sitting there being quiet and watching the show. Sidebar again, did y'all see China Upshaw from LA here? She was one of the judges. I can't stand her. That's another one that's immature. Like, why are these girls so immature that work at these salons? But anyway, she was a judge. And Mushia, she did her African. I actually liked Mushia's, because I mean, I didn't really understand Beauty's, but I understood Mushia's. Mushia wanted them to come out like she said sluts. I'm not calling it sluts. I'm calling it like, from like young girls or whatever to like ladies, like goddesses. So she wanted them to come out like they're, regular normal self, and then they transform into goddesses. And in the meantime, she had like African drums, like, it was like African themed, and I liked it. So surprisingly, Beauty gets 4th place. And I mean, this was a weird hair show because I've never really heard of any. I've heard of all of like the top places being 1st place, 2nd place, and 3rd place. I have never heard of 4th place, not in something like this. So surprisingly, Beauty placed 4th place, and everybody thought that Mushia was gonna win. Mushia didn't even get placed in on the as like one of the winners at all. So basically, Beauty won, Mushia lost, so Mushia gonna have to get her a long straight weave or whatever. So Mushia was still proud, and she was like, I'm still a winner no matter what, because I'm just determined. I'm this is just me. I'm happy. We're the damn girls. So, Deidre was bored, and Beauty was like, well, I heard y'all heckling in the audience, and I know your voice or whatever. So Maya is basically over it, like, oh my God, let it go. So Deidre's like, okay, I'm just going to walk away. I'm going to leave it alone. I said what I had to say. I'm not arguing with you again. So Beauty is just like, well, every time I see Deidre, I'm going to come for her and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you wasting your energy when you could be doing so many other things. And then Maya said this, and I was like, this is why I like Maya. Maya was like, listen, I'm about bundles. I'm not about bitches. I'm not about to sit up here and argue with y'all. I'm not going to engage myself in y'all drama. I'm going to let y'all have that. And that's what I like about Maya. Maya is about business. I have not seen Maya be catty yet. Only if somebody is catty to her. And she gives Phaedra Park shade. She doesn't give, she's just catty just to be catty. If you catty to her, she gonna shade you right back. If you shade her, she gonna shade you right back. And she hasn't really done. She's basically been about her business this whole time. That's why she brought the idea to them at the brunch to do the get together and do something so that they all could put money in their pocket. But it's like Beauty and Deidre are like the most immature out this group. Like really. And it is so annoying. But I mean, this episode was okay for what it was. I was bored with the hair show too, because it wasn't nothing special to really see. Like it wasn't like nothing extraordinary like the Bronner Brothers hair show usually is. Like when they show that on TV. But this was an okay episode. I was just annoyed because they are so catty. Oh, they're so catty. And it looks like it's going to get even worse next episode. It looks like somebody going to end up fighting. But I'll be here to review it. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. Later.